Hi everyone, I'm Carrie Cole with Side by Side Educational Consulting, where we work side by side with educators to increase literacy outcomes for all kids. So today we're going to be looking at the 3 characteristics of effective exit tickets. Remember, exit tickets are important for the end of a lesson to end that lesson strong and get some really great data on how the students did and whether they learned the information. It's really a great formative assessment to let the teacher know, guide the teacher on what to do the next day, whether they need to review or they can dive into the next segment of content that they have planned. So when we think about those 3 characteristics, the first thing that you want to think about, characteristic number 1, is that your exit ticket is tied to your objective. When your exit ticket is tied to your objective, you know that your objective and your exit ticket are aligned, so you can really ensure that students have met the goal for the day, because that's really what an objective is. It's setting up, here's the learning that I need you to have by the end of this learning segment. When students are able to use those objectives for their own learning, it really increases their own metacognition and helps them know where they are in their path to mastery of the objective that day. The second characteristic of an effective exit ticket is that they're quick. Just like a bell ringer, you're talking about 3 to 5 minutes max for an exit ticket to take away from your instructional time. So you're going to give the students that quick activity. The exit ticket doesn't have to connect to the entirety of the objective. It could just be the most important piece of the objective that you want to make sure that students have at the end of that learning segment. When you think about this short exit ticket, you want to ensure that you're yielding data from that. So when you get the data back from kids, whether it's to answer a question or finish a quick math problem, whatever that is that's tied to the learning that day, you want to be able to sort through that information in a really efficient way. So you're talking 5 to 10 minutes max to cull that data, look at that data and determine, how did the kids do today? Do I need to reteach tomorrow, or can I move on to the next lesson segment? Think about it. If you get the data back from your exit tickets and the majority of the class were not able to complete that exit ticket effectively with mastery, that tells you that you need to reteach to the entire class. If you cull through the data on your exit ticket and you find that it's just 3 or 4 students that had difficulty, the rest of the class had it, that tells you that you just need to reteach to a small group of students that day. Or if you go through your data and the class kind of gets it, but they're not firm, you don't feel like they absolutely have mastered it, this is a great way that you can turn your exit ticket into a bell ringer, into some extra practice the next day. Which takes us to our third characteristic. The third characteristic of an effective exit ticket is that it can be easily turned into a bell ringer when you need it to be. If you know that kids need additional practice, you can use any exit ticket as a bell ringer and vice versa. We have lots of ideas for various exit tickets that you can use in classrooms at our website. So click on the link below and you can download that PDF that gives you ideas that you can use throughout lots of lessons, incorporating many varied ways for exit tickets in your classroom.